time and welcome in here. Hamburg, New York. We are live. Trainwreck today, Monday, September 8th. This last 24 hours got the best of me, Slick.
Indeed it did, and it's Victory Monday. First one of the football season. Obviously squeaked it out last night, Maniac. Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. I got a lot to confess. We got a lot to get into. Yes, I think that's literally the definition of victory from the jaws of defeat. What the Buffalo Bills did last night, a historic performance in that last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. Dreamboat, what was your reaction when you saw it all go down?
Yeah, so you guys were at the game. I was at home. It's funny because, my lady, she wanted to go to bed. She's a teacher, had to be up early. But I was like, we still got a chance. We still got a chance. I was hanging on for dear life. Game ends, and I just kind of have that feeling like we might have just watched the game of the year, week one.
Yeah, it was very odd. Typically, the Bills find a way to bungle the game of the year, I think, is the early storyline. But last night, they were able to literally find a way to pull it out in front of the stadium. Raucous crowd, fans there for the first of the last season of Highmark Stadium. Slick, what did you notice or what stuck out to you about the tailgate as we get into the historic performance of the Buffalo Bills last night?
Tailgate was overwhelming. Obviously, very new setup at game day. Some old attractions, but new design. Things are a little rearranged, better of a line system. But we knew we were going into a sold-out crowd, and that's exactly what it was from the early jump. It felt like early VIP ticket holders were in there before us, ready to go. The shipping containers were packed with people when we needed to set up. We got it done. But the things that stick out, just the new attractions brought to the old feel. Hence the party deck on top of the shipping containers where we were live from at the Lotcast. Great view with the stadium in the back there, Don.
Yeah, and, I want to give everyone a thanks. Thanks to everyone that came out and was like, Trainwreck, cheering us on, saying hi. We were getting a lot of love yesterday. We were getting a lot of love up there on that shipping container. News showed up. We got the crowd bumping and cheering behind us. What a way to kick off the season. What a way to kick off the tailgate. And can't wait to be back already.
Hot out of the gate for sure. By the way, you were getting shouted out when you were lugging the roller across the street. You got like a mid street drive. That had to feel good because that situation was not ideal, but you made it work, Dreamboat. That's what you do. Speaking of making it work, the Bills couldn't make anything work on defense against Baltimore for the first 52-ish minutes of that game. I have to confess, and those who have seen it on social media already know, I'm coming clean, Hillary Duff style. I left the game. I was ready to go. Bills punt it back down 15 points, like a half a quarter to go. We weren't getting a stop on Lamar all game. I was screaming. The only way to start that comeback, Slick, was by me to finish my time at the game. The only way to begin this historic run for the Bills was by me to end my time at last night's matchup.
I don't know if you arrived in my section before or after that run because I didn't see you. Okay, because I didn't see you screaming at any point. Maybe you're just defeated.
Oh, I was going nuts all night. You'll see on the vlog. Make sure you clip this because you'll see on the vlog me just screaming my lungs out all night and Lamar Jackson just burying it in my face.
So maybe you were defeated. I don't know. I want to put Maniac on blast a little bit here because not only did he leave, he was ready to go 10 minutes prior to us going down another score, and then
this is fishy.
Thank gosh for the woman in his life, like most of us, because she made a fantastic suggestion and said 10 more minutes. Now, did we start to come back in those 10 minutes? Wow. No, but it convinced him to stay a little bit longer. But he was checked out and ready before even leaving. And then I left shortly after.
I was feeling beaten down. I mean, we went 10-0 at home last year. I don't think we ever trailed by, basically like maybe 10 at some points, but never a game like that. Very interesting experience. And again, I left. I think when I left, I believe our percentages were at about 4%. I'm fine with that. If you're talking about like an hour to 2 hours of traffic, that like misery. Yeah, I miss the historic comeback. I miss the game. Everyone talking about this game right now is saying that this was like the greatest game they've ever been to.
Oh,
the ending makes
stop.
everything. They are. Everyone are people not saying this time?
But that was Bun's video last night.
Yes.
I mean, he was out of breath. He was at a loss for words. Something rare for Bunt. You know, usually he can go on pontificate as much as he wants in a positive way.
Big pontificator.
Big
Crazy
positive
word.
way. But yeah, I mean, he was saying not only the might have been game of the year, best game in history at that stadium.
Yeah.
He was saying. But I want to bring up. I brought up the tweet you blasted out today, Maniac.
You got me brought up.
Everyone's being real nice in the comments. I mean, I kind of want to call out some of these viewers and what are you doing? What are you doing?
You want to call out the people being nice to me? No,
Yeah.
do not allow Don
You're
to call you
supposed-
out. You are nice. You are loving. Thank you.
We need to be giving it to him more than that. He almost made my my who's not for a later segment on that alone. But yeah, you know, we're gonna have to figure out something for you guys to make up for this.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm disappointed.
I'll address
I'm hurt.
my viewpoint of leaving the stadium too. So, Maniac leaves. Him and his girl leave. I'm there by myself. I text my entire bus group
It's about
chat
to be like a Netflix documentary.
saying, just let me know when you guys want to start heading to Twin Oaks. It's not a short walk to the bus, and that bus doesn't move very quickly, even with that new engine it's got. So I was told, if the Bills don't do anything on this next drive, we're going to head that way. Bills went, I believe, a 3-and-out.
3-and-out.
Gave the ball
3-and-out
right,
plus, yeah.
Gave the ball right back.
28-yard punt by your boy Brad Robbins, too.
Yeah, not great.
Not great.
Not a great time for that to happen at all. I think I was gaslighting him to someone next to me, too, as that happened. That might have been my cue to walk out right after I did that, and he did that.
Like, no, it was tipped. It was.
So I get back to the bus. Bills are suddenly down 1 score again. So I watched the comeback on the driver's TV and saw Bills win on the Jumbotron from the bus before it even said it on the TV. So I left as well.
Now, my question to you, as double leavers. Now you also told the group chat I made you leave, which was quite the narrative.
No, I didn't.
Very
I didn't
interesting.
say that.
Don, can you pull this up?
It was pulled up, and we also have some comments. we got Meerkat saying Slick made you leave the game, asterisk. And then Jake says the blame game is starting. Who will win? So, yeah, I don't know. The buck is being passed around by these two.
That's what Trainwreck does. That's what
certainly
Trainwreck does.
didn't
I hate to
him
see
leave.
it. Someone needs to take
He was ready for
accountability,
bed.
though.
I just want to say our amazing team and producers here at Herd of Buffalo specifically instructed us not to yell over each other with this amazing studio setup they're using, and that's all we've done since the beginning of the episode, so thank you for tuning in with us. Herd of Buffalo, Trainwreck Sports. The fun never stops as far as I'm concerned. But let's face it, so you're on your way, you got to see it on TV, the comeback.
Yep.
Don't you think, so a 10 would have been being there, a 0 is like hearing it inside the stadium and not knowing what happened. Don't you think that's like a 3 or a 4?
Seeing it on the TV?
Yeah, well, you at least got to see it.
Yeah, and then I even stepped out of the bus when I saw the Bills win on the Jumbotron because I wanted to see if I could hear the crowd going nuts. I couldn't. That would have given it some extra points in my book. Maybe brought it up to a 5.
Yeah.
But I expected to hear the crowd from there. I'm not too far. I'm only at the new stadium. So, I mean, I guess half of them were gone anyway. It's hard to make a cheer at that point, as Josh may have called them out.
Yeah, I mean, and fans are getting called out left and right. You got Bunty. Bunty was basically the poster boy of like, look at these fans. Bunty ended up being basically the general of the army against us.
Yeah, he definitely got the masses behind him with that exposed on video 4K from Bunt of what was that, like the sweet
That
section?
was the sweets. Those were the Jim Kelly.
Yeah.
And those
Kelly
are
clubs.
heated.
Those are
200s,
heated.
yeah. And you know what? Let's put a bow on this segment, though, in a positive way. Shout out my father, my dad, driving all the way to Maine, from Maine to the game. He didn't leave. And then he got in his car, I think drove halfway back to Maine
come on.
that night, slept in the car, drove home. You know, put that on your show, Pat McAfee.
Seriously. Hey, listen, if you want a good moment. Speaking of good moments, let's go round table. We put a button in that segment. Obviously, we know we're lucky to have Josh Allen. We'll get to that in a second. But as far as last night, what play stuck out to you guys? What will you remember most from the game as far as everything happened? To me, and now I left. With 8 minutes left, so I didn't see the Prater, play. I did see it at Sports City. We got there just in time. But to me, the James Cook pass, catch, and run for like 50 yards where he went down to the 2-yard line. Just a crazy play where he's zigzagging all over the field. Definitely a big-time memorable moment.
Yeah, that was huge. He went all the whole width of the field, it felt like, and all the way down to the 2. The most memorable for me actually wasn't even a Bills play. It was a crazy catch from the Ravens, and it made me realize that, wow, DeAndre Hopkins is on this Ravens team. When he caught that ball,
really did reintroduce himself to the world.
I feel like my entire bus felt that way too. They were like, yeah, everyone forgot he was on the Ravens until that catch, and then it was like, oh, when they said the name after how good of a catch it was, everyone was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, his TD odds anytime were like wild too, because I was looking at that before. But mine, I got 2 most memorable ones. One, it was just the gamesmanship at the end of the first half, with the Ravens just sprinting off the field.
They really tried. They really tried something there.
No, if we just, they're like,
if we get
just
off
leave,
the field, it's over.
Yeah, if we just leave, they can't bring us back, was their mentality. Refs say no. And 2, I don't know if you heard at the game, but over TV, you heard the ref over the intercom like, Ravens, please return to the field.
Yeah, there was a hot mic.
Yeah, they were like yelling at them. And then, that crazy, with 1 second left, kicking the field goal. And then after that, the debut of is Jackson Hawes.
Perfect time to whip
big
out
rookie,
Mr. Hawes.
big intro. That catch, I was going crazy over, and then once I saw it wasn't Knox or Kincaid, I was like, who's this guy?
Even the announcer did the same thing on TV, so I don't blame you. All positive vibes. Very fortunate to have Josh Allen. Bottom line, Josh Allen can go nuclear at any point and start scoring a lot of points very quickly. Nothing else to say, because the play calling in the first half was a little sketchy. Everyone seems to agree. The execution was a little wonky. Wasn't exactly what we wanted it to be, but second half went off and it was crazy. Speaking of things kind of messing up, drone show debacle.
I didn't see that till this morning with the Buff Brother Bill video, but yeah. So half the stadium couldn't see it.
A drone show that half the stadium can't see. Who greenlit this?
I didn't know this happened. I was out in the concourse feasting during halftime.
You were feasting.
I thought
everybody eats was your halftime.
I was like, yeah, that's true. I was like, there's no flyover when I made it into the game, so why would I stick around for this drone show? And I guess it wasn't much of a drone show. It was about half of one, so got to fix that, I guess.
Yeah, got to fix that. Got to fix some things on defense. I think everybody agrees. But one thing that does need fixing to kind of put a button in this game, Ed Oliver. Whew. Best game as a Bill, people are saying?
Yeah, huge sack, huge fumble. Like, the fumble, that doesn't happen, that game's over, you know? Yeah. So, like that, I was actually considering turning off the TV. And so, side story, you're driving home to get some equipment from me.
Yeah.
You're like, how crazy was that? I'm like, my girl's like half mad at me.
Yeah.
For the fumble, I grabbed her by the shoulders and shook her like a doll. And she was like, that actually hurt. I'm going to
Shaken
bed.
baby syndrome.
Yeah, yes. I apologize to her.
That's a big live apology right there.
It was.
And you're not in the doghouse currently for the record, so that's just a nice, genuine apology.
This is just an apology because, you know, you don't want to shake your friends, but sometimes, you know, it was playful. Ed Oliver gets you going like that, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you
it
can't
was
help
Bill's
it.
passion.
Next time, I'm just gonna shake myself, I guess. So.
Yeah, like Slick did to start off Trainwreck today. That's how it does.
Dude, I was so excited. Like, I couldn't contain myself.
We're gonna start the Super Bowl shake or something. You know, we'll just start all dance.
Speaking of shaking it up, obviously, so this game was a culmination of an amazing weekend. We had the pregame lock cast at the Game Day Buffalo tailgate, which was awesome. Thanks to our friends here at Herd of Buffalo. Again, make sure you're following Herd of Buffalo on all platforms, obviously specifically Instagram, YouTube as well, for all that excitement and fun coming along that way. But we had a great tailgate, a great pregame there. We had some great, Bills family members, had a lot of popular folks walk through game day tailgate. I think it was close to 1,700 folks there, so that was an amazing event. And also the team managed it very well. But speaking of team managing it very well, Rally on the River on Saturday. Great time that we were at Riverworks where we managed it well, I thought.
Yeah, we had team members on all fronts, on ground, in water.
Yeah, we had a water unit, we had a land unit, we had an air unit.
Yeah, we might as well call us the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, let's play that boat footage.
Yeah, let's show some of this footage if we can still talk over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, being on this boat, you see all the lively fans at Riverworks as you're going by. We were kind of the signal boat as the lead pack. We go down towards Canal Side, and I couldn't believe the amount of boats that were in that harbor immediately right there. It kind of looked like a Lake Tahoe spring break when you go and everyone's rocked up in their boats, parking, enjoying, having a good time. And then we were kind of the indicator that it was time for the parade to start moving down the river, do that. And then we docked after a quick U-turn, came back to Riverworks where you guys were holding down the party. Obviously, Teron Johnson, Dorian Williams joined you guys on live for a bit. And my guy Ty Johnson and the Snowman himself as well, TSE signings at Riverworks.
Yeah, great event beginning to start. And thanks to Don, we were able, and of course our team here at her HOB, able to take some time with Dorian Williams for Dell, for Mafia Family Ties. So that was an awesome little collab there. Keep an eye out for that in the future. But with that said, rolling on to the rest of the weekend. Not the rest of the weekend across Buffalo, but the rest of the weekend across the NFL. Kind of weird being at a Sunday primetime game. You know, we were all there at about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so we didn't get to really watch as much of the rest of the weekend. We saw KC lose on Friday. We saw, Philly, weird snoozer on Thursday. Anything stick out to you guys watching the highlights or kind of getting around the NFL? Dolphins get smushed, Jets lose, kind of a shootout, kind of a crazy game.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like the Jets-Steelers game was a whirlwind. I was seeing plays here and there, but I was mostly hearing through the grapevine what was happening, or Bills X, as some want to call it these days. And one moment, it's this Jets offense looks amazing with Justin Fields. The next is they're down bad. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's playing at an MVP level again. So that's just not something I expected out of either of those teams week one, and it's kind of ironic given Aaron Rodgers playing against the team he was playing for last year. So I just didn't see all that coming, and a wild ending, too, to that, it seemed as well. Don, what'd you think of
well,
week
first
one
we got our guy Jake clocking in. He's saying the Bengals stink. Got lucky big time. We didn't catch that game. I was able to watch some clips because, the game day lot, they really upgraded tons of TVs for all the VIP tables. They were being nice enough to let me look over their shoulder. My guy Penix almost passed it for 300 yards. Didn't come up with the win due to a late missed field goal, but
he had some solid numbers.
Fantasy owners got to be happy. And then who? But not Mike Jones. Daniel Jones putting up 30 points in fantasy. He's back. Rodgers is back. What's going on with these AFC quarterbacks?
2021
right
again?
Sometimes getting out of that big market in New York can be a little bit of a relief. All I'm saying. I know Indianapolis and Pittsburgh are in small markets.
That's what they say in the NBA too.
That's what they say in the NBA. So very interesting to see there. Just rolling on across the NFL. Let's see, what else did we have? We got Vikings at Bears tonight. J.J. McCarthy, Caleb Williams. What are you expecting out of these two young QBs? Caleb Williams obviously had the ridiculous article. I feel like we can't even address too much in that article because it's potentially I don't know. I feel like we're talking about someone's well-being mentally.
we have to add the word allegedly to everything
allegedly
for legal reasons.
So again,
this entire conversation has an allegedly now.
Just a crazy. The bottom line is a chaotic, crazy train wreck situation in Chicago, Slick, that they just need a win tonight to kind of put away.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if I were them and their fans.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a whole bunch of hoopla that I feel like came out of nowhere. It has nothing to do with football. And I was kind of just flabbergasted when I heard it, to be honest. But yeah, obviously Bears fans would love a win. I know it was basically their Super Bowl when they beat us in the preseason.
They're going nuts.
Smackdown too.
Yeah, it was a smackdown.
I think if they run all over the Vikings tonight,
they're on Friday
night. Bears fans are going to be on top of the world. I'm just curious more so to see how this Vikings team looks with J.J. McCarthy at the helm rather than Sam Darnold, because they looked like a decent team last year till the playoffs, which is what Sammy D tends to kind of do, even though he didn't see much of that in a Jets uniform. So we'll see. I expect low scoring. I don't know. I don't think the spread's 2.5 on the Vikings side. I don't know if the Bears can do it, but like I said, their fans are They will
We
not shut
we
up.
got Ben Johnson, right, for the Lions making his coaching debut. Is that right?
For the Bears?
Bears, yeah.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
Lions.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
sorry.
yeah. You're good.
Bears.
Yes,
Ben
I believe so.
Johnson making his coaching debut. Don, you got any locks for this before we move on and get Monday Night Football talk?
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams, the one thing he does do well, even if he's kind of a loose cannon, is he runs well. You're going to see later on the Lunchtime Locks League, the LLL, the Triple L, as it's called. This is going to be my pick of the day. It's over 21.5 rushing yards for Caleb Williams. And Bears being home dogs, 1 point, anything can happen. I'm going to take them and ride with you and Jake too on that pick.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, I like the Bears on Monday Night Football tonight for sure. Before we wrap up this weekend, I know we'll talk about it in the look ahead, but UB crushed PA. St. Francis for
St. Francis.
Minnesota won by 100 again, or won by 100. So it kind of tells you that UB might be a solid squad. So a lot of hype picking up on that side. Keep an eye out on Amherst for everything happening there.
Yeah, stay tuned to bullet points too. Never know
we'll
when
have another episode this week, probably actually tomorrow. with
Coach Lembo.
Yeah,
Wow.
Episode 3 of 4.
Movie rankings or comedy rankings?
Comedies.
Comedy power rankings.
And then the last episode will be you make your own studio.
Wow, this is amazing.
Oh,
Comedy
yeah.
power rankings. What's your number one comedy movie, real quick?
I was taught, just off the top of my head, it comes to mind because I was talking with some guys
no.
about the tailgate.
Doesn't sound like
yesterday.
a one. It doesn't sound like a one.
Super bad.
Okay, that's good. No,
It's
super
up there.
bad. Super bad generational.
It's just like I'd have to really think about it, but you put me on the spot. I was
Yeah.
talking with some blokes yesterday about it, so I'll put it up there.
Yeah, okay. Producer Brett, you got one real quick? Top comedy? Okay.
Same thing.
All right, super
What about
bad.
you,
Yeah.
Don?
Okay, I have an easy one. Number 1 with the bullet, dodgeball.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's like that.
I
There's
mean, Ben Stiller as the villain role is just so funny. in that
outstanding villain. Ben Stiller, the best thing he does is villains, for sure. Yes, although Zoolander might disagree. With that said, don't crash out like Zoolander, like Hansel when he didn't get the Dare Elite campaign. Don, talk to us about the crash out line. We got some traction happening there.
Yeah, we got a call in, so we're gonna play that, and we got a text, and this text is gonna be followed by a new feature we didn't plan, but some fan content. So let's play that call real quick. This is the crash outline segment. All right, let's get this queued up with our call here.
Go Bills.
Short and sweet.
Great
Yeah.
first
I
inaugural
think
call.
that's the perfect. That's like putting the box in the Toy Hall of Fame. Like that's your first one. That's your foundation. That's your building point.
Yeah, great. And then again, folks, reminder: you can text us too. So we got the text, and we're gonna bring that graphic up right now as well. So game thoughts. Love to see the offense by committee approach come through. Jackson Hawes, what a catch! Hey, I agree with that. And side note, I'm a songwriter, producer, and I produced a song for Bills fans, Just One Before I Die. Feel free to play it on the show if you need some fun music. Artist is Rust City Souls, and the song is Just One Before I Die. Now, we watched this video.
We watched about 20 seconds.
Can I say a disclaimer? Rust City Soul. If you hear us laughing throughout this video, it is not
The
anything
song
to
is
do with
great.
the music.
The lyrics are quality.
This video AI job is just something
It's surreal.
that you really can't even make up comedy and writing wise. I think we should just stop talking and let the people see it.
So yeah, well, and we're doing a new rule for this segment. So if 2 out of 3 of us say cut it, we gotta cut the track. So we're gonna go in. We listened to a second earlier, but we're gonna see how long we can go in this. Let's go to this tab right now.
Oh God,
Here we
perfect.
go.
Dancing with that's not Billy. That's like
I think that's just about it though. So shout out to just
don't
one,
forget the diving board on
Just
the fire
One
truck.
Before I Die by the Rust City Souls. Yeah, keep an eye out.
In this case, folks, it might not be the most anonymous caller or texter, but you can remain completely anonymous. Don't crash out online. Crash out on our line. If your boss is pissed at you because you're at work this morning hungover, let us know. Come crash out on our line.
Also, thank you to our friends at Rochester Democrat and Chronicle for these photos we've been seeing of Josh Allen and co-celebrating last night, fans, everything, and more. Before we get into our look ahead for next week, we have one more segment, Don. We have Who's Hot and Who's Not from our friends Cellino, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Cellino takes care of all your services. Make sure you dial them in 68FLUSH to make sure you're ready for this season and every season beyond. So, Don, we're going to talk about one person we think is hot, one entity person we think is not, and kind of go from there if I have the rules figured out.
Yeah, let's start with who's hot, and we got the graphic up now. We each have our own for who's hot right now, and why don't Mr. Maniac? Why don't you kick us off with who's
All right,
hot?
so this first one is the layup of layups. Hot is Ed Oliver. Last night had his best game as a Bill. Many are saying, but filled up the stat sheet and got it done in more ways than one. Who's not? Brian Dable. Daniel Jones goes to Indianapolis, lights it up. You have a terrible start at Washington. They're in trouble. And I think Dable's in trouble. And I think that whole organization's in a little bit of trouble, thanks to the guy who could have easily been better than McDermott, many said.
Yeah, who I got's hot. It's also a pretty easy choice for me. This is like a classic case of your girlfriend dumps you because she thinks she can do better
Classic.
and moves on, and then you go and rebound harder than you ever thought you could in your life, like Blake Griffin type rebound. Go back to the party that your ex that dumped you is at and absolutely stunt on the dance floor with your new baddie in front of her. Aaron Rodgers going into New Jersey, lighting it up against his former Jet squad. 4 touchdowns, 22 for 30 on the passing, 244 yards. And crunch time of a winner, too. That's the definition of rebounding. Aaron Rodgers, hot as ever, maybe in his NFL MVP form again, Don.
Yeah, he's looking great, and I love the press conference too that he gave.
He's always great on the mic.
You hear what he said?
I did not.
So they're like, oh, it has to feel good to beat your old team, and he has a pause and like looks deadpan serious in the camera. Is like, I'm very happy to have defeated everyone in that organization. Like,
Wow.
It was just really, really spicy.
Yeah,
So,
I did not hear that. That's a little bit of hot tea.
Yeah. So,
Very hot tea.
So why don't you give us who's not for you, Slick, and then we'll move it over.
Yeah, who's not? I don't really like to harp on overreacting on Mondays. This might be a bit of an overreaction Monday type thing. But Cam Ward, not hot. Not a great start for the Titans. He went 12 for 28 passing, 112 yards, no touchdowns on the ground or in the air. I'll tell you what, though, Joey Sly, the kicker for the Titans, had himself a day because they couldn't seem to convert on third downs or get anywhere close to the red zone. So the kicker was doing most of the work. Cam Ward, not hot. I could be overreacting. It's week 1. Don't want to harp. I hope he turns out to be great.
Did you have another?
Oh, I did have
Who's
another
not?
not hot. Someone lost a lot of money last night, and it wasn't me in the lunchtime locks. Dare I say, they not like us. I thought a lot of people from Ontario backed the Bills. I met an Ontario Ravens fan last night, so that was a bad sign. What other bad sign there was for Ravens fans? Drizzy Drake laying down $250,000 on the Ravens money line just prior to kickoff. You know I had to keep that receipt for after the game. Drake, not hot. In fact, if I had to say Maniac, he's cold.
If you could fade Drake, if there was like an AI app where like when Drake bets something, you could bet the other way. I mean, you'd be.
It's like the
There'd be some
stock
bank.
traders they follow.
The faders, for
Yeah.
sure. No doubt about it. That would be a very
curse
handsome,
lives on.
very handsome reward as the Drake curse lives on. But that's hot or not prevented. Oh wait, Don, did you chime in with yours?
Oh, no, I gotta go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You're
So
not hot as well.
who's hot? I mean, I talked about it earlier. I didn't mean to spoil it, but Bills rookie tight end drafted in the 5th round.
you've been all about this guy.
I
today.
wasn't paying attention at all. I love him. I mean, he's got folks. As you can see from this picture, I'm gonna add just a real funny looking guy too.
That's the best.
He has his ESPN picture is great. He has a great Midwestern haircut. Looks like he was just raised in the cornfields like any good tight end was. Might be wrong. Gonna have to get this research from Georgia Tech though. Has 1 catch, but was the catch that counted.
a big boy.
29-yarder. Yeah, he might have bobbled it a little bit, much like this picture I'm showing. But I think we got a bright future with a third. Honestly, our tight end core might be the best in the NFL. Right
That's the thing. Tight end depth. You get 2 or 3 sets out there. Sometimes you can get a big advantage, whether it's a run play or then you put them. They think it's gonna be a run play, then you get in that play action. Definitely
That
an
bobble
advantage.
too was sketchy because at the back of the end zone, that was like right on the line there almost.
Yeah.
So it really came into play. I was kind of nervous when they were looking back at the replay, but yeah, shout out to Jackson Hawes.
Yeah, and then for my who's not, I mean, so Don and Slick's picks, luscious lock of the week didn't hit. I said I was going with the Dolphins.
no.
Now here's why I was thinking in 3D though. Again, I said it yesterday. I'm seeing everything in the Matrix. This is good. Dolphins lost. I love dunking on this guy. I think he's a dweeb. I think he's a dork. I think he went to Miami and, you know, kind of tried to do this aura farming. People were calling him a genius, an offensive genius a year or two ago. Now we have this graphic of him working at Best Buy, probably on the table pretty soon for Mr. Mike McDaniel, head coach of Miami. Everyone's saying it's over. We're 1 game in the season. It's over for Miami. It's a wrap. And yeah, this guy is such a dork. So just watching him fail. I'm sorry, it's nothing personal, man. But yeah, you're my who's not this week.
He may not be hot, but he may be on the hot seat very soon, Don.
Yeah, him and Dable, definitely.
Maniac, who's not hot?
Already got Dable.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Brian
Wrap it up.
Dable.
Well, there you go.
Another guy that might be on the hot seat.
Yes.
Counting things really soon.
Make sure you're not on the hot seat. Make sure you're insisting on Cellino plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric for all your home services this fall and winter season. Wrapping it up here, we got a week look ahead. We got Bills at Jets. Are you guys surprised they're only 6.5-point favorites after a little struggle?
For sure. I think it's because of the Jets' early offensive prowess in their game. But to me, it's just same old Jets. I think the real Jets will start to show week 2. Just end the season.
Yeah, so I know we've been giving a Meerkat a lot of love, but he says, bold claim, Mike McDaniel will be the Bills' OC in 2026.
A lot of people are saying the Bills OC because Brady's going to get that promotion after another good year with Allen, or I'm seeing that he might scuttle back to the 49ers as like an offensive assistant away.
Well, if that's the case, and we see it, I'm gonna get ahead of this right now, Mike. I apologize. We'll clip this a year from now if we see him at the the softball game or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I called you a dork. Next year, right now I'm not sorry.
Otherwise, just keep it
Mike
in the archives.
McDorkill. We apologize, Mike. You're a nice guy. Speaking of nice guy, UB needs to be not nice guys when they open up conference play this weekend against Kent State. Kent State just got walloped to kind of this past week. UB needs to go take care of business in the first one in the MAC Slick.
Yeah, absolutely. No excuse not to. It feels like Kent's been getting walloped for like a minute now. I feel sorry for our very own good friend Jake Micah. But yeah, got to take care of business on a Saturday per usual. Horns up, full steam ahead. Take it to Kent. Get it over with.
Yeah, enough said. And then they're back, folks. I know you've had this date circled on your calendar. Thursday, Sabres prospects are in the building.
Bang.
Alexa, play Hurricane
Here
2000.
I am. Yeah.
Is this the year? Is this the year?
Like a hurricane.
If the Bills
I think
can
it
come
is.
back from 15 down in 4 minutes, the Sabres can make the playoffs.
Hey, the talking heads are talking about it.
They
They're
are.
talking good. They're
The
talking.
heads are talking.
The heads are talking.
The heads are talking.
Yeah, I don't know what got them talking, but they're talking.
They're talking.
They're always talking.
Oh, they're talking.
They're talking, all right.
Folks, make sure you're talking and telling everyone that Herd of Buffalo and Trainwreck Sports are the place to be for fun, entertainment, and everything in between for your fall 2020-25 and beyond. A huge shout out to our panel here, Dreamboat Don, Slick L. We got our huge team of Herd of Buffalo in the background here at the Hamburg studio. A huge shout out to you. Continue your victory Monday, and most importantly, have a good day now.